Tell me, like, Rishabh, first of all, I would like to welcome you now, both finally for the episode 7. And it gives me immense pleasure that you guys are here and have taken out time to busy schedule to be a part of this. Arisha, if you can just give your introduction one more time, that would be really nice.
Sure, no issues. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Arisha, and I am an alumni of Jagni Lake City University. I did my software engineering from this college, and I'm currently pursuing MTech also from this particular college. Apart from this, I am also working as a freelancer in 3 different companies. So, first of all, I'm working as an applied tech educator, coding instructor at White Hat Junior. Apart from this, I am also working as an educator at Level Innovations, Telangana, and then I'm an academic trainer at iSchool UK. This is pretty much about it.
That's too much. Not pretty much. That's too much. But no, very impressive profile. I'm like very impressive.
Thank you so much.
So yes, Rishabh, over to you now.
Okay, so thank you so much for inviting us. This is Rishabh Nigam. I'm the founder of Riddhi Siddhi Art Studio, an art teacher, and also I organize government-approved events national-wide. Okay, we are running our art classes. We are actually sponsoring other events, other studios, and currently in this COVID time, I'm an art teacher, full-time art teacher, and part-time sponsors and all that project management things. So yeah, okay. This is all about me right now.
Okay, so it's all about art for you this
Yes.
COVID. That's impressive. So Rishabh, the question which I asked you was that what is that one thing that you like and you dislike about your job?
The one thing that I like and dislike about my job is, see, there are many things that I like. I like adventure. Whatever I'm doing, it's adventurous. Okay, it's like on first week I'm in Bhopal, or in second week I'm in Kolkata, or third week I'm in Pune. Okay, there's a lot of traveling, lot of explore. I can explore myself, and traveling and journey, explore yourself. So this is the best part of my job. And the second thing that I dislike, I dislike about this is like whatever I'm doing now, it's not much. You have to do more. You have to be best of yourself in every minute, in every part of your life, or every part of your journey. So I can say I like this also, but it's really difficult to tell what I dislike.
To pick one thing about it. Okay, I agree. And the same question goes for you, Arisha. What is that one thing that you like and you dislike about your job?
Okay, so the one thing that I like the most is that I get the opportunity to interact with students all over the world. So when you interact with the people around the world, it makes you more open-minded. So you learn about the cultures and the traditions. So I have like students from UK, US, Singapore, India. So there is a very large cultural gap when we talk about different regions. So that is where that really helps me when it comes to my language, my culture, and to understand the culture of others. So this is something really good in my work field. And apart from this, what I do not like is that since I am a freelancer, so there's no one at the top of my head telling me, instructing me to do something. So if I ever procrastinate for a moment, this can ruin my whole time as well as the thing that I want to achieve. So this is something that you have to be the boss of your own. You have to instruct yourself, push yourself to do things. This is something that I started.
So there is as such thing, there's no procrastination. If I have to begin with, there's no as such thing called procrastination in your profession.
Yes.
So I have gone through the profile. Rishabh is a civil engineer, right?
Yes.
And you have done your specialization in computer engineering.
Yeah.
So in your respective fields, what do you think, and like how you are independently working with that, right? So the knowledge which you acquired from your respective degree, from your respective courses, how are you inculcating in your professional life? I think Arisha, you can continue with the question.
So as I selected this computer science, a specialization in computer science, it really helped me out because this is a subject that everyone wants to study now, because now
Yeah.
coding and stuff like AI and machine learning, it is not just confined to technical field. Now I'm seeing that there's a trend that all of the parents, they want the student, they want their kids to learn about these coding and technical stuff, because they also know that we are moving into an era where everything is going online. So you need to be very well versed with the technology. So after doing my specialization in computer science, actually I achieved these skills where I can teach my students any language, and I can also teach them about the upcoming technologies, that is AI and machine learning. So basically what I focus is, we take a particular language and then we tell them how you can implement it in robotics and AI, and how you can train machines. And this is what students find very, very impressive, because they know that they can train robots and they can see things working with the help of coding. So this is how it helped me in my career.
It is one of the most important elements of the learning, like, the journey. And also, of course, if we talk about robotics, if we talk about AI, I think that is the next big thing
Yeah.
in the
Yes,
times to come,
exactly.
the biggest industry. So I think civil, when I talk about civil engineering, Rishabh, that is
Yes,
totally different. So
yeah, yeah.
what are your views on that, on the question that I asked you before?
Actually, my field is really different from civil
Of
engineering.
course,
Like that was a technical background, and whatever I'm doing is an artist background, a
artistic
creative
background,
background.
of
Okay,
course.
but I have learned many things from my degree, which is really helping me throughout my journey, whatever I'm doing right now. Okay, so when I was doing civil engineering, I remember I was very much into softwares. Okay, I was very much into software, serving softwares where we can actually collect the data and see what the results are coming out. Okay, and that really helped me while doing my events, organizing events, and all that thing. Because every region, the thinking, the approach of each and every person is really different. So it helped me, and the teachers that were in my batch, the in civil engineering, really helped me to pursue all the things that I was liking or I wanted to pursue. So yeah, I think I can't actually resemble, or I can't say that civil engineering is really helpful for my artistic journey, but there are many components that are really helpful for.
And I'm sure that you pick out some of the important elements from your own course
Yes,
and
yes,
inculcate it in your
yeah, yes,
artistic background. Because
yes.
civil engineering, like as far as I know, and I'm not trying to be the master of all trades, that I know it. But of course, it somewhere it helps you. So when I talk about engineering, the first thing
Yeah.
that comes to mind is, just studying and putting in all the hours just into study. But I don't think that is the case most of the time. So like at JLU, how do you define, that period of engineering, which, like, when you were here, like how many years that you have put in? What was your schedule like?
My schedule was very different. Okay, because while I was pursuing my degree, I was working in my studio as well. Okay, so there was uh, so sorry for the
That's okay.
glitch. Okay, so there were two shifts that I was actually pursuing. The first half was my degree, and the second half of my studio. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I did, I was actually upscaling my art art things. Like I'm very much interested in pencil colors. Okay, in realism. So I was working on that. What happens at morning? I go to college. Okay, the teachers were really supportive. I must mention the teachers were really supportive. So I did my study and all that things. After that, I came home, okay, and drive 25 kilometers in other half of Bhopal to learn something else that is really helpful for my art skill. Okay. And after that, same thing happens to next morning. Okay. So this was my schedule.
That was your juggle from
Yeah.
engineering to artistic
For
field.
I guess it was for 4 years. 4 years,
Okay.
straight 4 years. I did this thing. So it was really
Okay.
struggle, but I really loved that journey. I really loved those. I miss those days. honestly.
Of course, I'm sure the college time, I think in the time of COVID, I really feel for the students who have,
Yeah.
not yet started also with the college life because they're missing out on the major part of the years. So Arisha, the same question goes to you also. What do you have to say about that?
So my journey in Jagran, it was more of like a roller coaster because, I never expected that at the end of this graduation, the very last year, we will be sitting at our homes and giving our exams at home, because that was the year that we would have got our farewell and all, because we were the batch that started with this particular concept of farewell and freshers. So basically, we always look forward for our farewells, but then because of COVID, we had to do our last semester at home from homes. Then apart from this, my journey at JLU was like, I was very studious. I would not brag about myself, but yeah, this was the thing. I was quite studious. And then after this, I always tried to learn more stuff, like from books. Whenever I used to get times, I read books, because my main purpose was to be an entrepreneur. And still, I would say I'm still in the journey of reaching that particular goal. I'm not there right now, but to do something else, you first need to push yourself as well. So yeah, faculties are very, I would say they are very, very supportive. And the best thing when I entered this college was that we saw that the seniors are very supportive. You will never, witness anything like ragging or something or throughout the campuses. So this is something very, very good. And
which is very common when it comes to engineering college. I think ragging
yes,
is such a common problem. But
yeah,
it wasn't
my
like the
seniors
case
were very,
here.
very supportive, I would say that.
Okay, very well. So, if I have to like, you guys have, I'm sure you have had very fun moments in the campus also. So, any fun moments that you recall from your campus life? Anyone can,
There are many. I
something from.
guess there are many events that are common between Arisha and me.
Yeah. Actually, we were from the event organizing committee, right?
Okay,
Most
okay.
of the events at SOAT, we all were there. We used to gather, and then we used to plan out how we are going to execute it. So there are many fun moments. Can you recall any one of them? I cannot recall.
Just one.
No,
I mean, I'm sure there must be some event. I mean, events were a back-to-back things.
Yeah.
Before post-COVID. I mean, things have changed, of course. But then, when all of this happened, the pandemic, everything, like every day. I mean, I still remember like the Wednesday club activities. So there was something or the other going on in the campus all the time. So anything that you guys remember?
Okay, so it's like 3 years. Um, I guess we organized that online gaming competition.
Yeah.
Call of Duty and Most Wanted. The
Yes.
SOT organized that competition in each and every year. And what happened? Like there was a person that came to our event, okay, from other college, because it was an open campus competition. So we all were actually struggling to beat him. Okay, it's normal. There's a car racing game. Okay, and we all were the engineering, MBA, all the departments really struggling to beat him. After that,
Guys, let me give you a heads up. He's not talking about beating him like literally, but beating him in the game.
yeah,
In
of
case
course.
somebody takes it very literally. So
Okay, we of course, obvious. So after that, we had a unity. Each and every person had a unity, and we came to the result that it's really impossible to win over him, and we were just fighting. We were just running for the second place, and yeah, there were many things. We had just
little
recalibrated
moments
the
that
result.
you guys recall. I'm sure.
So, there's like, how do you, so you both have a very different path, you both have taken a very different professional course. So, whereas Arisha is teaching students online and working on the computers and the programming, coding, whereas you are involved in a totally artistic world where, of course, again, teaching kids, but you are
pursuing your career, passion for art at the same time. So if like if not for engineering, if you wouldn't have been an engineer, what other profession you would have opted for? If not engineer, like from since day one, what would you have opted for?
Architecture.
Architecture.
I would have
And what
gone for
about
architecture.
architecture? And Arisha, you?
Maybe business management, because I really lack in those skills. To start your own business, you first need to understand finance and all, and I don't have that knowledge, so I struggle a lot. So for that, I have to do books.
I think you have embarked on a journey of a much complicated one, which is the coding. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
So you would have opted for management.
Yeah.
So if like how like students struggling post COVID, opting for various courses, right? So the curriculum has changed. The curriculum has changed. The times have changed. The thought process is different now. So if I talk about just your specialization, which is computer engineering, and a lot of students go for that.
Yeah.
What scope do you think it has, and what is that one thing you would advise to the younger generation if they want to opt for this course, especially with computer engineering?
Okay, so the very first thing is that even if you are not going to the technical background, or if you're not from a technical background and you're not planning to go for engineering, maybe, but even if you're going to any other field, today artificial intelligence, data analysis, data analysts are there, and even in business sector, you might have heard about business analysts. So all of these are dealing with a lot of data, because we know that if you're working on internet, you are going to deal with a lot of data. So you should know how you can extract that data, how you can work on that data, how you can handle the data which is actually there, keeps on updating. So you should be aware about this. And I have seen, like, if you go, like, there's a very cutthroat competition throughout the world. So there are many engineers, there are many other professionals, but if you want to stand out of the crowd, you first need to have some extra skills so that the company look forwards. Like, many of the companies, they want a business analyst who is aware about AI and stuff like that. Because if you see Amazon, Flipkart, all of these companies are using AI now, the voice search feature and all of these things.
I know.
Because everything is shifting towards AI. So this is, I think, very important. So everyone should be aware about this.
And what do you have to say, Rishabh, about civil engineering?
Civil engineering is a mother of all the engineering. It comes from there only, the mechanical engineering and all that thing. It's a core branch, actually. It can be a core branch, what we can say. But it's a future, the green building, okay, the green engineering, the green revolution is taking place, and it's really great for all the experiments that are going for this field. So I would prefer they should go for this green building engineering and building management and planning. Okay, because it's really great for them. And yeah, it's a future of civil engineering. Sure.
So of course, when you talk about engineering, you need to have hands-on experience on the machines and different kind of equipments, right? So with the online learning, what do you both have to say, that what is the scope now when you talk about engineering, especially online, without practical knowledge, which is the most important element of engineering? So how do you think one can possibly pull it off?
Actually,
it's a tricky
honestly question. It's really difficult. Like, you can't learn engineering, especially you can't do mechanical engineering if you are good with machine and you have or you have thing like, I want to make 2-stroke engine, okay, I want to make petrol engine, or whatever you want to. You can't make from home, right? You need all the supports that college offers you, like JLU offers many support. So online teaching specifically for core branches, not for computer science. Okay, computer science, I guess you can learn it from laptop, coding and all that thing. But the core branches that comes with this mechanical and civil engineering, it's really difficult. It's difficult.
And what about you, Arisha? What do you have to say?
Yeah, as you mentioned that for computer science, when we talk about practicals, they are mostly on laptop, and you have to have just one IDE to write your codes and to execute it. So I don't think it is that difficult if we talk about computer science, although you need some guidance that you get from teachers, and now you can even work from home. So for computer science, it's not that difficult, but I guess it is very difficult for civil or mechanical engineering, because there you really need to have those equipments and machines to understand what's happening.
So when I talk about JLU as an engineering school, right? So how did JLU engineering school helped you in shaping your career with your respective fields?
Okay, so first of all, I would say that apart from academics, the extra things that we have, like extra credits that we get for minor project, for major projects, that is something really, really helpful for each and every student studying right now. This is the kind of advice they can take, that if you are focusing on your subjects, you should also focus on these extra curriculum activities that are there, like the things that are there in the curriculum, like minor project or major project. Because when I took these things seriously, I came to know about referencing, how to read a research paper. Now these things, this is actually giving you a life skill. Apart from academic skills, it's giving you a life skill. So now this is something really helping me out in my thesis that I'm doing in MTech. And in India, usually we do not take this plagiarism as a very something that to be, sometimes we overlook it.
Yeah, in India, basically, plagiarism is something that they don't take it very seriously.
Yes.
And that is why we are lacking majorly when it comes to brainstorming.
Exactly.
True.
So, but when you go to some other institute, maybe in some other country, or if you're dealing with some other client, you will always see that they mainly focus on plagiarism. And sometimes students, they don't even get the degree if they have some plagiarized work there.
Yes,
so
of course.
This is something that really helped me out in this SOET. They really focus on plagiarism. If you have copied the stuff from somewhere, like in mini projects and major projects, this is really, really good. So you actually learn to read research papers and to do a plagiarized free work. This is something really helped me out throughout this.
Very, very true. And Rishabh, what do you have to say about this?
I would say I've had really supportive teachers in my whole civil engineering branch. Okay, and they like Arisha mentioned, that the extra project, the extra minor projects or major project that we did, it's really helpful for our future. Okay, like in my engineering, in my 4 years of engineering, I did 7 minor projects and 2 major projects. And mind you, I was not even interested in technical field. I was an artist, but that was the impact of JLU that happened to me. Okay, and I also published 1 research paper on serving on my first year only. So that was the impact, that was the support of the teacher and the impact of the teacher, which really defined my technical background. As I didn't pursue that, but I'm thankful for JLU for this. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I just got to know that you guys have taken they've learned a lot of life skills, which you can of course apply in your professional career and go about it and actually be a little practical and realist about how things are, like how things get done and how to get your work done also, because it's as they say, if you know a life skill and if you know how things work, you can make other people also, you can help other people work, and you can actually impart their knowledge to other people, after the generation after you. So if like, okay, enough of your JLU experiences. I would like to know about how, as an individual, okay, you have grown in your life in the period of COVID. So, if I talk about the work and if I talk about this COVID period, I mean, you all are freshly graduated, just out, have started working. So, how do you see all of it? Like, how have you grown considering the time when you just stepped out of the university and pandemic happened? So, Arisha, to you first, that of course you're still studying, you're still a part of JLU.
Yeah.
But how do you see it? Just out of, I'm a fresh graduate, you might have wanted to move out somewhere. How do you
Yeah.
cope up with it?
So first of all, I would say that when I started my very first job, and luckily at that time we didn't have this COVID. So then only I realized that doing like making this as your ultimate goal, like I have to go in a particular company and I have to work in as an employee. I don't think I wouldn't suggest this to anyone, because doing a job is you're under some pressure. You're putting your life on a treadmill where you will just make yourself tired and you will not reach to any destination. So from the
True.
very starting of my career, like I had this goal that I have to be my own boss. I have to start my own business. So like, but then you have to get first experience. So I started my first job, and then I realized that if I have life skills, why should I base these life skills for some other company? So why not be a freelancer? Why not, you can directly, if you can directly help people, so why you need to work under someone to
Of course, you can be
pressurize
your
your.
own boss.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can be your own boss. So after that, like after losing my first job because of the COVID, I then worked on myself, on my skills. What else do I can do as a freelancer? And then I kept on searching on the internet. So this is very important. Like we usually students, we waste a lot of time. Like in this COVID period, we just scroll through Instagram, and instead
Yeah,
of wasting time, you can just search for what all skills you can learn sitting at home, or what all you can do sitting
I
at home.
agree. I agree.
So
True.
this is something that changed my whole life.
And you became your own boss also.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And how about you, Rishabh? Like as you
So
mentioned, the traveling is a very important part of your life. If you
yeah,
keep traveling to and fro.
yes.
So of course it's very enjoyable. But then post pandemic, what do you think? How it has affected your career?
Actually, initially it was a distractor. Okay. Yeah, it was disturbing. It was disturbing. Okay. Because my work was majorly dependent on organizing events that government gives us. Okay.
Of course.
So it was really disturbing for me. But you know what? Change is disturbing yet innovative. Okay. And what I learned in this COVID period, like I'm an artist and I know what artist needs. Okay. And this was really a tough time. So what I did,
Of
I
course.
started this is the art classes. Okay. Online art classes. And the decision was really, it was difficult for me. Okay. I haven't thought of it. Okay. Because of COVID only, I thought of this. And after that, what happened? I was teaching, an artist from Pune was teaching, from Gujarat, from Indore, from Pune, okay, from every part of the India, the teachers were artists were teaching, okay. So this was the best part because at COVID time I was giving an opportunity to earn, to learn, okay, and skill up yourself.
Of course.
So I changed this to I changed all the atmosphere, the COVID situation into the opportunity, okay, and I learned this thing. So yeah, the COVID thing was, I would say, it was an
It was a
advantage for
difficult
me.
period, but you did not let it weigh you down,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you just
yeah,
you're
I
rising.
worked on it, yeah, and
Yeah,
now it is really well, yeah, it is
it's
good.
touch wood, it's going good, but it's just so inspiring, and it is something how you have changed your field
Yeah,
to say the least. You have changed your field, but then even in another field, even in the with following your passion, you are still consistent. You
yes.
are still very much dedicated, and that is what is equally taking you both to new levels of success. And of course, once things will get normal, I'm sure there will be much more opportunities and plethora of options which will open up for you to start with a lot more things. And you might we would love to see you on campus. But it was just a lovely time talking to you both and to knowing your journey, your struggles, the fun moments at JLU, to growing up as an individual, taking on the work, being a dedicated professional. And I'm really thankful that Rishabh and Arisha, you both have taken out time of your busy schedule to be a part of the Alumni Speaks. Any message that you would like to give to all the alumni and students coming after you? Any special message? Rishabh, to you first.
The best thing about JLU that you are in it, like you are studying in JLU, is they gave you time, okay, to explore yourself. Other college give you pressure to do the work. And that is the best part of the JLU. Okay, they give time. I think if I was not in JLU, I would be not strong in my technical background that I mentioned, my minor, major, and all that thing. And I wouldn't have that much of time to explore myself as an artist.
As an artist, of course.
So if you want to develop yourself, actually explore yourself, okay, learn something, then JLU is really going to impact your life, and you will remember this.
Amazing. And Arisha, what about you?
Yeah, so for all the youngsters and the students that are already studying here, my suggestion is that if you want to go for jobs, do a lot of jobs. You can go for internships, but to gain experience, you can do this. But now this era is where we want freelancers, we want content creators, we want entrepreneurs. So your main focus should be something that you're building in yourself. You should not just waste your time looking for this job or that job. And one more very important thing is that all these obstacles that come in our life, like COVID and any other thing, you should always try to overlook these obstacles and think what can be the possible solution, instead of thinking, okay, this is a problem and I cannot go further with my particular stream. No, think about what all you can do about this. If this is a problem, how you can come out of it. So I think this is very important. And JLU is actually giving you an opportunity where you can learn, apart from your academics, you can learn some life skills, as I told you, in the major and the minor projects. Apart from this, you have some certificate courses, some basket courses that you can always go for. And like being an engineer, go for some entrepreneurship skills. Go for some skills that can help you out in your career. Yeah, so I think life skills are more important than academics. You should be focusing on that.
Ultimately. Thank you so much, Arisha, for such a great advice to all of us and to all the students who are going to come up to you. And thank you so much, Rishabh, for giving out some real advices, some real life skill advices also, and for letting us know that with your passion, you have still have much confidence that your technical background is as strong as your passion for art, which really I think inspires students, who wants to do engineering, but then again they would want to explore something out of that. They want to embark on another journey, but one thing should not let them down. So thank you both for being a part of this series, and I really hope to see you both of you on campus very soon. Post this, thank you for being a part of this show. Take care, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.